The Fey Wanderer Ranger is a modded subclass for the Ranger, which is all about charm and being able to summon a Fey creature. So let's go over it, bring a level by level, combat showing all the items you could need. So of course, we start with the Ranger at level 1. This will give you True Strike as a cantrip and Find Familiar as a spell. We'll also gain Strength and Dexterity saving throw proficiencies, Simple Weapon, Martial Weapon, Light Armour, Medium Armour and Shield proficiencies. For a favoured enemy here, I would personally take Bounty Hunter. I think being able to have disadvantage on saving throws with Ensnaring Strike is incredible. For your Natural Explorer, we are going to take Wasteland Wanderer Poison to give us that resistance to poison damage. And for your ability points, we're going to have 8 Strength, 16 Dexterity, 14 Constitution, 10 Intelligence, 16 Wisdom and 10 Charisma. For your proficiencies, take whatever you feel like, basically whatever fits your roleplay. Ranger level 2 unlocks our first level spell slots. For this, we're going to take Ensnaring Strike, so your attack summons thorny vines that possibly ensnares your target. Would be helpful if I could read. And we're going to take Hunter's Mark, nice concentration based spell that will allow us to deal extra damage. For your fighting style here, we're going to take Archery for that +2 bonus to ranged weapon attacks. Ranger level 3 unlocks our specialization. Before this we gain one more spell, so let's take the Hail of Thorns. And then for our subclass, we are going to take the Fey Wanderer. A Fey mystique surrounds you thanks to the boon of an Archfey, the shining fruit you ate from a talking tree, the magic spring you swam in, or other auspicious event. However you acquired your Fey magic, you are now Fey Wanderer, a ranger who represents both the mortal and the Fey realms. As you wander the multiverse, your joyful laughter brightens the hearts of the downtrodden, and your martial prowess strikes terror in your foes. For great is the mirth of the Fey, and dreadful is their fury. So this will give you dreadful strikes. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you do an additional 1 to 4 psychic damage to the target, which can take this extra damage only once per turn. Otherworldly Glamour, so you have a bonus to charisma checks equal to your wisdom modifier. And Charm Person. For your proficiency here, take whatever fits your roleplay, so you have lots of options, but yeah, whatever fits your roleplay is the one to go for. Ranger level 4 unlocks our first feat. Now for this, we're going to take the ability improvement and bump our dexterity up to 18. Ranger level 5 unlocks level 2 spells as well as extra attack and Misty Step. For your spell here, we are going to take Cure Wounds, so we've got a healing capability. Ranger level 6 unlocks some more passives. So for this, we are going to take Keeper of the Veil to gain proficiency on Arcana and protection from good and evil. And then for your Natural Explorer, we're going to take Wasteland Wanderer Fire for that resistance to fire damage. Ranger level 7 unlocks Bewildering Twist. So you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. When you or another creature you can see within 36 meters succeeds a saving throw against being charmed or frightened, you can attempt to charm or frighten a random different creature within 36 meters of you. So it's basically like if you missed, you get a second opportunity. We gain one more spell. For this one, we are going to take Pass Without a Trace. It's a great spell for outside of combat. Ranger level 8 unlocks our second feat, as well as Land Stride Difficult Terrain, so difficult terrain will no longer slow us down. For your ability improvement, you probably guessed it, but we're maxing our dex out at 20. Ranger level 9 unlocks a huge power boost in terms of being able to do Counterspell, and this is an incredible spell to have for battlefield control. For a level 3 spell here, the one we're taking is Lightning Arrow. It's an incredible damage dealer, and the bolts will shoot off onto other targets. Ranger level 10 brings Hide in Plain Sight, so we can camouflage ourselves with our surroundings to become invisible. We'll have +10 bonus to our stealth checks as long as we don't move. For a favoured enemy here, I would take Sanctified Stalker, proficiency in religion, and we can cast Sacred Flame. And then for your Natural Explorer, we're going to round out the trio with Wasteland Wanderer Cold for that cold resistance. Ranger level 11 brings Fey Reinforcements. You can cast Summon Fey without using a spell slot once per long rest. You can cast Fey without requiring concentration, which is awesome. And Summon Fey summons a Fey spirit embodying a particular mood, Fuming, Mirthful or Trickery. We gain one more spell, so for this we're going to take Conjure Barrage. And our final level, level 12, unlocks our final feat. For this, we are going to come all the way to the bottom and take Sharpshooter. This means we can take a -5 penalty to our attack rolls for a solid 10 damage, and we do not receive penalties from high ground rules. Okay, let's go over our equipment, and we start with Sevarok's Horned Helmet. We gain dark vision up to 3 meters or 15 if we already have it. We cannot be frightened or afflicted with other emotion altering conditions. Constitution saving throws +1, but most importantly, the number we need to roll a critical is reduced by 1 to a 19. We're going to take the Flesh Melter Cloak, so whenever we take melee damage, the attacker will take 1 to 4 acid damage. We're taking the Blackguard Grease, so we gain Long Strider. The Helldusk Gloves, +1 bonus to our spell attack rolls and spell save DC, and our weapon attacks will do an additional 1 to 6 fire damage. For armour, we're going to take the Armour of Agility, saving throws +2, but most importantly, exotic materials. This means we add our full dexterity modifier to our armour class. We're going to pair these with the Strange Conduit Ring, so we'll concentrate on a spell, such as Hunter's Mark. Our weapon attacks will do an additional 1 to 4 psychic damage. The Caustic Band, so we deal 2 acid damage. And the Amulet of Baal. On a hit, inflict a bleeding upon targets that have maximum hit points, really useful as a ranged character. For a melee weapon, we're taking Kerwin's Cauterizer. We do an additional 1 to 4 fire damage, and we can cause burning if the enemy fails their Constitution saving throw. And our most important weapon, the Deadshot. We add our proficiency bonus to this weapon twice, and the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1, so now we're on an 18. Now as soon as you have rested, done your long rest, make sure you summon your Fey. Now we can do a Blink Dog, a Grinning Cat, or a Pixie. They all have different abilities. So for example, the Pixie will have a short sword and Phase Strikes can multi-attack. The Grinning Cat can swipe multi-attack, and the Blink Dog can bite and multi-attack. So let's take the Blink Dog. And there we have it. So let's go find some combat and check this out. Okay, you can see we're in the combat and we're top of the turn order. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get Hunter's Mark going, and we'll place this on Sledge here. Just like that. And now we're going to do a bunch of extra damage to that enemy. So let's start with our ranged weapon attack. And you'll see just how much damage we can pump out. There you go, and because they have full health, they get bleed. Much like if we target Skeeve here, we'll inflict bleed because he's at full health. Just like that, and we landed a huge critical hit as well. Okay, so the Blink Dog is awesome because it can teleport to a space it can see. So if we place it over here by good old Skeeve, and now we have the Fuming. If we come into here, what Fuming is, advantage on the next attack roll. And because of this, we can come in here with a multi-attack. And there you go, you'll see we did force damage and normal damage. Now one of the fun things about this is the charm person, so let's try and charm the Barbarian here. And there you go. And if we want to, we could Misty Step away, we can Flourish, thanks to having a melee scimitar, so we can still get some damage in, just like that. And with the Hunter's Mark, you'll see they got the bleed and the burn now. And you'll see 3 fire damage and 2 bleed. The enemy is almost dead. And once again, our Blink Dog is back, so let's just do a very standard attack. And unfortunately missed. You see the Barbarian will not target us now thanks to being charmed, but they will still target our allies. Now we know this enemy in front of us is going to die next round thanks to the burn, so we're going to come over here, when I can actually get the camera to work. And now that I've shown off the charm, we are going to utilise it. So if I come into my Hunter's Mark, we're just going to place it on to this enemy. We don't get to reposition it unfortunately, but from here we are going to finish off with some big attacks. So we'll get some damage on them. A big crit there, we got the bleed as well. And then potentially, if we have the range, we'll put some bleed onto Runt down here. Just like that, and you'll see the insane amount of damage we pump out with this build. And there's that bleed kicking in. Back to our Blink Dog, so let's see if we can land that hit now. And there you go, more force and regular damage. You'll see the bleed once again kicking in on the Barbarian. And now it's simply a case of just finishing enemies off. So if we target the Barbarian, once they'll actually let me, we'll get a big shot in. And there you go, another big crit. And because we killed the enemy, we can reapply our Hunter's Mark for free. So we'll put this on Runt down here, because they've got the bigger health pool. And then we'll take a shot at them as well. And there you go, another big kill shot. And let's try and take out Skeef, so we'll do another multi-attack. Just like that. And then from here, we can blink if we want to, and we'll try and hunt down the enemy up here. There you go, and this means we'll now have advantage on our next attack. Okay, and once again, we are going to reapply our Hunter's Mark. Put this on the enemy, and we'll start taking our shots. We'll get that bleed if we actually hit. And there you go, got the bleed kicked in. Once again, we'll send our dog up here, because the enemies ran away, so we'll blink. And from here, we'll do our multi-attack. We got advantage. Or not, we can only do a normal attack for some reason. A little weird, but there you go. And we'll continue taking our shots. When the camera wants to play ball, there we go. Nice big hit, you'll see really solid amount of damage, and then once again finishing the fight, just like that. So the Fey Wanderer is a really strong subclass mod that also has a really fun summon. The Blink Dog is incredible, the other two are awesome as well. So I really hope you've enjoyed this build. If you have, go and check out the mod and let me know in the comments what you would change about the build, any new items or spells, all that fun stuff. If you haven't already, please drop the video a like, it helps me amazing. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd also be incredible. I've got more guides to things like Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate, Path of Exile, Oblivion, Elden Ring, Expedition Day 3. Basically all the amazing RPGs you could ever need. And hopefully, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.